Hello, greetings from Battambang city in northern Cambodia. This is for Mr. Eric Kong, awaiting him. Here he comes, quick. He's always such a good student. So, waiting for him. So it is March 5th, 2022. Borders are starting to reopen slowly, even though we're in a war in the world. But hopefully that will rectify itself here sooner than later. But waiting on Mr. Eric Kong here. And I'm Cliff Tom, and I'm helping Eric better hopefully his IELTS score. I don't think he needs much help on his speaking. And then he's great, phenomenal English speaker. And then just on his academic writing. And for one day, maybe he'd like to live or study in an English speaking nation. So we shall see. So waiting on him to enter right now. Had some technical difficulties in Siem Reap last week with the tin roofing. Hello, Eric.
Hi, nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. How are you doing?
So these days I'm feeling great and also busy.
Yes, very good. You sound good too. You got over your cold, right? You had a little cold like
Yes.
last couple of weeks. Very good. How's school going? Good?
So yes, it's good.
Good to be back with your friends, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Is it an all boys school or boys and girls?
So it's boys and girls school.
Okay, excellent. And you board there. You sleep there during the week.
So most of the students just sleep there, and they just go home once a week. But for me, I just go home every day.
Oh, you do come home every day. Okay, great. So
Yeah.
that's good. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a good mix. That's very good. All right, fabulous, my friend. Yeah, sorry about last week. I'm in a better, my Wi-Fi is very quick now. And fortunately, even though we're in a war in the world, right, with Ukraine, that's not
Yeah.
that's not good. But we have fortunately, all the national borders, right? I don't know, like all the borders are reopening slowly. So maybe I get to come back to China here, maybe next month or something soon. So, all right, brother, let's do the share screen here. Hold on a second. Okay, you, all right, how? Okay, excellent. Let's pull up your work. Let me see if I can just drop this down. Sometimes my new PC sticks. Okay. All right. That's good. All right. Excellent. Let's start. I'm trying to think. Why don't we do some reading first?
Okay.
Yeah, your book. So have you been enjoying that book or?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay. All right. So where is that one? Eric Kong. There you go. Come on, man. Clifford, what did I do with your book here? Eric Hong. Oh, The Giver. Okay, yes. So The Giver. Okay. So you are on you've just finished chapter 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me try to, and this is a new way let me drop this down then. Okay, and I want to make this bigger. Okay, this helps you with your native English. Obviously I'm a native English speaker. So if you want to go when you do want to go to university or study abroad, sometimes like in Chinese class as well, right? At your school, sometimes they'll want you to read out loud. So this will just help you with your native English sounds and tones by reading out loud with me, right? And then we take
Yeah.
turns. So that's how I was learning the second language. I think it's a pretty good idea too. So, but you're so bilingual, it's ridiculous. You're fluent in both. All right, let me try to get to chapter 6, I guess, right? How do I do that? I'm gonna minimize that. There you go. All right, so thumbnails, bookmarks, single page, 2-page, no, table of contents. Yes, come on. Well, chapter 6. There you go, 6. All right, you finished chapter 6 or you're reading chapter 6? It doesn't.
So I finished chapter 6.
6. All right, so let's just go to 7. All right, Eric, go ahead. Go ahead and read. Now, Jonas, go ahead and read up to here. That sounds good. The blue.
Okay. Now Jonah's group had taken a new place in the auditorium, trading with the new 11s, so that they sat in the very front immediately before the stage. They were arranged by their original numbers, the numbers they had been given at birth. The numbers were rarely used after the naming, but each child knew his number. Of course, sometimes parents used them in irritation at a child's misbehavior, indicating that mischief made one unworthy of a name. Jonas always chuckled when he heard a parent, uh, exasperated, call sharply to a whining toddler. That's enough. 23. Jonas was 19. He had been the 19th new child born his year. It had meant that at his naming, he had been already standing and bright-eyed, soon to walk and talk. It had given him a slight advantage the first year or two, a little more maturity than many of his groupmates who had been born in the later months of that year, but it evened out, as it always did, by 3.
Excellent. This book will increase your English vocabulary tremendously, right? And data. So that's excellent. All right, now let me read it. So now Jonas's, right? So it's pronounced his. So that means his group, right? When you when you write it like this. So Jonas's group had taken a new place in the auditorium, right? So 5 syllables, right? In English, right? Syllables. So 5 syllables. What is an auditorium, Eric?
So it's a place for meetings.
Yes, fabulous, right? Well, auditory is something where you listen. So it would be, say you're going to listen to music or a lecture, right? If you go as a first year college student to America, to Australia, to England, you will be there, you will have a very large first year class, and then maybe people don't like university or will leave, will get smaller. That's called attrition, is another good word when it gets smaller. So you will undoubtedly have class in an auditorium because you will only listen to the professor, right? So that means auditory, to listen. So auditorium, okay? So trading with the new 11s. So now what does this mean? The new 11s. This is pretty intuitive.
So the story, now Jonas and his friends are just going through a very important celebration, because they're going to go to work after the celebration. So it's just like they go into adulthood, and now they're old enough to do their work in their community. And the new 11s means, so every year the students will get up into a new grade. So the 10s will get into the 11s. So the new 11s is just the 10s before.
That's awesome. You gave me the literal meaning of what that means, the new 11th, and you also gave me the figurative, right? So the philosophy about it. So that was great, Eric. 100% for that answer. That was fabulous. All right. So let me hold on. Let me finish. Let me do that. We were already all the way here. Okay. So new 11th. So that they sat in the very front immediately before the stage. They were arranged by their original numbers, the numbers they had been given at birth. The numbers were rarely used after the naming, but each child knew his number, of course. Sometimes parents use them in irritation. That's another good word. What is it? Give me another word, or what does this mean? Irritation.
So I think is just like if children do something wrong, and they have like to be to go into something like what is that word? So I think it's punishment, and so I don't really know the meaning, but I can guess because it's at a child's misbehavior.
Yes, right. If you don't know, like on a test or something, you can glean or you can assume it by reading around it, right? And then try to assume what this means. But to irritate, so that's the original word, or the root word, we call it the root word. To irritate, anybody can irritate anybody, right? Your mother, your father can zoi zoi mom bom, they keep yelling at you, right? You're just like, they are
Mhm.
irritating you. So anybody can irritate anybody else. But so that is the root word, and that is the process, right? So shun means the process of irritating someone, okay? And
Yes.
yeah, and again, you just need to get in the process, Eric, especially online. It's such a great feature. I'm not going to keep doing this with you, right? But dictionary and thesaurus, right? And then it just increases your English vocabulary when you keep looking up. I do that with Chinese, right? I look up new
Yeah.
words to increase my vocabulary. Okay, so sometimes parents, all right, sometimes parents use them in irritation at a child's misbehavior, right? So instead of good, right, it's bad to use miss. So it's
Yeah.
bad behavior. And then of course, English people write it with a U, misbehavior. We do not. So that would lead me to believe, I haven't done much research on your book because I work and do other things, right? So that I think this author is this author American, or yes, American, right?
Yes.
US, from the US. Okay, so right off the bat, meaning like I know that this author is American and not British or Australian because there's no U. Okay, so misbehavior indicating that mischief, right? It's pronounced mischief, not chief.
Yeah.
So what that's another word for misbehavior, right? So two words
Yeah.
are very similar. They are synonymous, right? They're the same.
Yes.
Okay, so made one unworthy of a name. Jonas also chuckled, right? That's a good dunzu, right, is a good verb. What's another word for chuckle?
So I think it's said to oneself in a very small voice.
Yeah, or another word to chuckle is to laugh, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
So yeah, you can laugh. So Jonas always chuckled when he heard a parent. Ooh, this is another good word. Exasperated. So the root word is to exasperate or exasperate.
Yeah.
So what do you think exasperate means?
So I think it means the parents just get angry because of the children's bad behavior.
Yes, a little bit. It can mean many different things, right? So it means they're angered, right? Another word could be they're literally angered at their children. It could be a physical thing, right? So they're
Yeah.
like, right? Like they're exasperated. Okay. So call sharply to a whining. Whining is another good word. Give me another word for whining, Eric.
So I really don't understand this word.
Whining toddler, 在 Hanyu 就是一个孩子哭了 okay, right? Is a crying child, right? To
Yeah.
cry is to whine, right? So a whining toddler. So and then they say that's enough, 23, right? And then if you're even speaking this in the English literature class at Zaidashwe at college, right? Because of the exclamation mark. Some teachers would even correct you saying, you have to say it out loud, right? That's enough, 23, right? All right, Jonas was 19. He had been the 19th new child born this year. It had meant that at his naming, he had been already standing and bright-eyed, soon to walk and talk. It had given him a slight advantage the first year or two, a little more maturity. Give me another word for maturity, Eric.
So I think I don't know one word for that, but I can know the meaning. So it's to be like an adult and you grow up.
Yes, I would think you are very mature for your age, right? But I would think your parents are very mature. They are responsible, right? They have jobs. They love you very much. They're good parents, right? So they are mature, okay? So mature that many of his group mates who had been born in the later months of that year, but it evened out as it always did by 3. Okay, so when you're reading, just literally do what we did, try and think, oh, I don't know the meaning of, let's see, irritation, right? So take your time, highlight it, right? Now's the benefit. You can highlight it online, and then you can read whatever works best for you. You can highlight all the words, then go back and look them up, write them down, right? Some people, physically, they need to write they need to use pen and paper to learn something, right? So however you learn best. For me, learning Chinese or learning any other foreign language, how I've learned best, or learning any language, is by repetition, right? Repeating it, maybe using irritation, right? So everyone's a different learner, but you're smart enough to know your learning style, right? So, all right, that's excellent, Eric. And just keep reading that book. And then I think for next week, we'll answer some more of these questions. I want to do a little bit more writing, and then I thought we'd do a fun exercise here today. So let me pull that up. Okay, and good job today. That wasn't you, that's my IELTS class. That's my son, Eric Sessions. Okay, that's a cute picture. Cute Jopian. Was that you or your mother that put the ABC?
Yeah, so I think it's my mother
Your
or my
mother,
father.
that's cute. That's cute. Okay. All right, ready? Where's your, all right, here's your work. All right. Yeah, that's a good job. So you reworked it, right? That's always good. It makes it better. Okay, let me. Okay, deja yo. Okay. Huh? I want to save. All right, so I want to save it for me, or no, maybe I don't know. Did I do this incorrectly? Hold on here. I want to download it. Save as. Oh, they've changed this. Maybe they've changed this. Open file. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, Eric's 10th essay. Good. At least, yeah, that's good. So that helps you remember. Again, for this, every teacher is going to be different. They're going to demand different ways of doing things. Why they're demanding, I think we teachers or we professors know that when you're working, right, if you have a boss or even if you're starting your own company, right, there's processes. You need to follow certain rules, right? So that's their thinking when they say, okay, you have to put your name, my name, right, the class, et cetera, et cetera. I'm pretty lenient. I don't care about that. I care about how you write, right? That's my little pet peeve, so to speak. Okay, business and money essays, essay titles. IELTS practice essay questions for the topic of business and money, right? We all like business and money. Okay, so in some countries, a few people earn extremely high salaries. Some people think this is good for a country, while others believe that the government should control, right, salaries and limit the amount people can earn. Okay, right? So this is a typical IELTS question, but also at university. They want you to think of both sides, right? Yin yang. They want you to think of both sides and then give your opinion, right? So this is always big, especially in Western universities, to give your opinion. There's a difference between opinion and being discriminating or being prejudiced, right? You don't want to do this. You want to give a solid opinion and back it up with reasoning and rationale, right? Okay, so let me try to make this smaller, Eric. Hold on a second so we can see everything. Here we go. No, that's about all I can do before I can read. Okay, so in many countries, some people earn extremely. I liked how you formatted all this. This is very good. Okay, and we're trying to do 250 words. So let's see how many words you got. Let's do a word count to see if you got that, because you will be penalized, I'm sure, if you don't do words. Come on, Cliff. There you go. Come on. What? I want word count. Where is it, Eric? Word count. Yeah, 275. Is that? Yeah, you did it. I don't know how to circle that and get it, but you did it. Okay, so in many countries, some people earn extremely high salaries. Good. And again, you do one, I do two, but that's all right. Two, I think one is fine. I was taught to do two spaces. I don't know. All right. So in many countries, some people earn extremely high salaries. That's good, right? You're reiterating what the thesis or what the statement is. So that's great. So people have different views on whether the government should limit the amount people can earn. Yes, Eric. Wow, this is probably one of your better thesis or one of your better introductory sentences, right? That you're introducing the reader to exactly what your assignment is. So that's fabulous, okay? So some consider that getting different amounts of salaries can motivate people. Okay, how can we rephrase this sentence, especially this, to make it sound better? I'll give you a hint. I would get rid of 2 words.
Different salaries.
Yes, perfect, brother. Yes, I would just get rid of different salaries, right? So some consider that getting different salaries can motivate people. Good. Others think, I don't even know if you need a comma here, right? So
Yeah.
others think to narrow the gap between the rich and poor. This doesn't transition very well between poor and then people. So how could you rework this sentence to make it go more smooth or swimmingly, as the British would say?
I think I would say others think people should earn the same amount of salary. This can narrow the gap between the rich and poor.
Okay, yeah, you literally you rephrase the whole sentence. I don't think you have to go that far. That was a good sentence, right? Again, you have now the benefit, you can even speak into Word, right? If you're having trouble, because your speaking's fabulous, and then just work it, manually. However, I would say others think to narrow the gap between the rich and poor. I would just include that some people should earn the same amount as others, right? I guess to do it quickly, but that sentence that you just said was fabulous. I would use that instead, but this is, this just makes it a little bit more smooth than what you had. Okay, however, I suggest that people should get different salaries due to their performance. Eric, this was probably one of the best introductory paragraphs. So excellent, very good. Let's do that. Hold on a second. Let's do that color coding again. So in many countries, so this is basically these 2 sentences. That's fine. Is the crux, right? Or what? Ooh, sorry. Let's make that red because we're not going to use red again. So that's basically your premise of what you're going to be writing about. Okay. So now the first sentence, some consider that getting different salaries can motivate people. Okay. So that would be the next paragraph. Let's make that yellow. And then for this one will be the 3rd paragraph. So we'll make that green. Okay. And then this one we'll just make whatever color. Let's do, purple's pretty. Okay, so now this one, right, Eric, will have to be, what color will this have to be?
So I think I've mixed the second and the third up. So I think it should be changed. So then now the 3rd one is yellow and the 2nd one is green.
Good. See, I haven't read it yet, right? So we're working it together, but I'm glad you saw that, right? So it should be, right, this should be yellow. So this should coincide with some consider that getting different salaries can motivate people. This should explain why getting different salaries motivate people, right? So let's read this, and then maybe you're right. That's good actualization or realization if that's the case. So, all right, there are reasons why some people think salaries should be the same. Yeah, you're right. That's not it. So so you think this paragraph, so just despite all this, I agree with those the people should, yes. So let's just cut and paste. So easy, man. Growing up with technology. When I was your age, we'd have to, rip it up and type something different. I'm so old. All right, hold on. So there you go. We're indenting here. And maybe indent here a little bit more. There you go. And then in conclusion, let's draw this up. Okay. So I would not use despite all this because this is your just 2nd paragraph. Okay. So I agree, you can comma, with those who argue that people should earn different salaries, comma, because why? Yeah, because people, you can just, because people perform work differently, right? Why? Because that's a preposition and Cliff does not like prepositions, right? So I'm going to get rid of that. Or I don't like dangling prepositions. That's what it's called at the end. Okay, so I agree with those who argue that people should earn different salaries because maybe a comma here. I don't know. Wait, I agree with those who, I agree. You don't need, yeah, that's right. I agree with those who argue that people should earn different salaries because, comma, people perform work differently. Okay. And you're doing just the one. Oh, no, Cliff, what does that say? Yeah. All right, you don't need the comma. All right, so some some, you've already used people. So we know that some means people, right? So some may have contributed a lot, comma, while others nothing, right? That's like it's too wordy, too many, right? Okay. So as a result, people should get different salaries according to their efficiency. Ooh, it's just a slight little grammar issue, but you're going to get better and better with that. Efficiency, right? And multiple. So as a result, people should get different salaries according to their efficiencies and contributions, right? Because it's people. It's
I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right, bro. All right. So if companies offer excellent salaries, you don't need the comma. They can also, oh, maybe you do, Eric. Oh, you win again today. All right. So if companies offer excellent salaries, they can also attract talented people. Right. Again.
Yeah, so I think we don't need this.
You don't to attract talented people. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah, some companies offer. They can also attract talented people. Yes, fabulous, very good, Eric. Yep, just get rid of it. On the other hand, that's very good. That's a good way, right? Conversely, on the other hand, alternatively, right? On the other side, there's so many ways to get the other opinion out. That was very good. So on the other hand, getting different salaries can also stimulate people to work harder. Okay, again. How can we make this better without a dangling preposition? What do you think?
So I think in this sentence, we can still we still don't need it because the stimulate just has the meaning or implement the meaning of working harder.
Yes, fabulous, right? It insinuates, right? Insinuates that. Excellent. All right. So rich people become goals for people to strive to become goals. Oh, again, this is whoa. This is, I really hate that. That's using a preposition, right? Without any words. Like that's using, you definitely don't want to do that. That will be a big no-no for any English teacher, right? For sure. So how can we rework this sentence to make it sound better?
So I think I would change it like that. Poor people strive for rich people. So I think I would change like so I will start with poor people. Strive
How about
to
this?
become
That's
rich.
easy. How about this one?
Yeah.
Just wait, hold on. Poor people strive to become rich, right? Even though that's also, again, you're never going to be able to get rid of all dangling prepositions, right? And this, I don't, it's very hard, but that's a simple sentence that says it all, meaning it's very encompassing, right? Poor people strive to become rich, right? That's a customary sentence that says it all. I think it's all right. Okay, then the gap, will or can?
Can be narrowed.
Will be narrowed. Yeah, it's difficult, right? It's, again, this is English. All language is a subjective, not an objective format, right? Or learning thing. All right, this can lead to the growth of a country's economy. Yeah, again, that's dangly, but there's nothing you can do about it. I think that's a good sentence. So, that's good. Okay, so that's good. So that's yellow, right? Because this can support, this supports this, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So now this should be, what color should this be, Eric?
Green.
Right, exactly. Okay. So green should be others think to narrow the gap between the rich and poor, that some people should earn the same. So this should explain why you think, or why other people think, your reasoning as to why salaries should be similar,
Yeah.
should be the same. Okay. So there are reasons why some people think salaries should be the same. That's almost an incomplete sentence, right? So you should add, there are reasons why some people think salary should be the same, comma, such as what, Eric?
So I don't know what I have to add after such as.
Well, give a reason, right? Or you can give 3 of the reasons, right? So this could be a mini introductory paragraph. However, it's green, right? So you want 3 reasons, and then you expound, or 描述,
Yeah.
all right, then you explain your.
So I think I'll add, yeah,
Okay.
I'll say such as reducing pay gaps.
Such as, yes, very nice, Harry. This is a very difficult essay, but you did phenomenal. You did really well. Such as reducing pay gaps. That's good. Right. Pay gaps, comma, and
I think when salaries are the same, so there is more equality.
yeah, I'm looking at what you're writing. I don't want you to to think of a whole different essay now, because I think this essay is good. I mean, you get a good score on this regardless right now. So I would use this one now. So you're writing, I would use, okay, such as reducing. So you pretty much use this as the pay gap. That's the same thing. So I would use this sentence to dwindle and to decrease economic disparities.
Yeah.
Or disparity is fine. And one more. So then I would do this one, or find something in here. So by introducing pay gaps between, okay, you already said that, because of equality among people, one possible maybe the poverty and crime rates. Okay, hold on. So there are reasons why people think salary should be the same, such as reducing pay gaps, decreasing economic disparities in order to reduce crime, maybe. However, you're using reduce twice. Let's see if we can think of to reduce crime, such as minimizing is another word, right? So that is, again, that's on you to keep learning new English words, right? To increase your vocabulary. Okay, so there are reasons why some people think salaries should be the same, such as minimizing pay gaps, decreasing economic disparities to reduce crime. Again, that's a preposition, but you're leaning towards that. Again, you're not always going to be doing it. The only reason I'm doing this with you is to make you think on how to, just increase your writing skills. Okay. So I would say you don't need firstly in here.
Yeah.
So there are reasons why some people think salaries should be the same, such as minimizing pay gaps and decrease. Yeah, I would say comma, and decreasing disparities, comma, to reduce crime. Okay. Just capitalize. That's fine. So the gap between the rich and poor is widening nowadays. Okay, just for fun, right? Again, how could we make this better, make this sentence better by eliminating or including this preposition?
So I think I will just put nowadays in the front of the sentence, like nowadays, the gap between the two groups is widening.
Fabulous. Excellent. The gap between the rich and poor is widening. Yes. That's much better. It sounds much better. It's widening. Okay. Yo. Okay. To dwindle. I like dwindle, right? To make smaller. So to dwindle the disparity. I like dwindle. That's a good word to use. However, I don't know if it's always. It's difficult using it in an economic, a financial, the dwindling economy. I guess so.
Yeah.
You can always, decrease is more of a financial. There's other, there's words that are associated with different
Yeah.
topics, like cute and cuddly, or for dongwu, right? For animals, and for finance it's different. But that's all right. That's good, Eric. Okay, so to dwindle the disparities or the disparity, yes, there should not be too much difference. Excellent. That's okay. That's good. All right, by introducing a limit, pay gaps between bosses and employees can be reduced. That's another good sentence. Good. And then I would say finally, right? So this is your final.
Yeah.
So finally, because of equality among or amongst, right? Amongst people, right? Women, right? So all of us. So
Yeah.
because of equality amongst people, you don't need a comma. Right? Give some, generally the less commas, the better. Sometimes I pontificate, which is another word for, sometimes I write too much. So I'm in a bad habit of using a lot of commas, but that's my fault. All right. So finally, by introducing a pay gap between bosses can be reduced. Finally, because of equality amongst people, one possible consequence, another good word, right? That helps your IELTS score for sure. So finally, because of equality amongst people, one possible consequence may be the poverty and crime rates fall. Excellent. Fabulous, Eric. So that's going to be, that's your third one. Color code that green. All right, now purple, yes, is your opinion and also the conclusion, right? So this would be, so in your opinion, you could say however, right? Again, or in my opinion, because they want your opinion, right? So however, I suggest that people should get different salaries due to their performance. Okay, so in conclusion, it seems to me, or you can just, I would say it's more professional. In conclusion, in my opinion, because that's what they want you to say, right? That's what they want. In my opinion, you don't need that. It would be beneficial to get different salaries. This action could not only, okay, I would say because, I would just say because of the aforementioned reasons. That means everything above, everything above for the aforementioned, of the reasons above. Well, they don't like aforementioned. I don't know why I like it. For the reasons above. So you're telling the reader everything that you wrote or typed above is based on your opinion of people should get different salaries. Okay. So this action can not only motivate people. I was always taught to put a comma. Let's see what it says. I was always taught to put a comma before but. It doesn't seem to correct me, so I don't know, whatever works for you. All right, so this action can not only motivate people, but also increase a country's economy. Excellent. The only other thing, I would maybe put another sentence expressing your opinion in there, but Eric, again, that was fabulous. All right, do you want me to save this with the colors, or do you want me to remove this and give it back to you?
Yeah, it's okay to save it with the colors.
With the colors, okay. Like, yeah. If you're more, are you good at math, Eric, too? Eric?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, you're pretty good at math. Yeah, sometimes, oh no, man, did I just delete it? Hopefully not. Nah, I say they're good. Yeah, sometimes like if you're good at math, it helps to visually, it's kind of like, this is where math students, when they learn how to write, it's better for them to, to view it that way. All right, let me send it back to you. Okay. Comparison review. Okay. Where is this? I missed my WeChat, but I don't think I can get back into it until I get back into China, All right, hold on. But I like TikTok is okay. It's all right. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And now let's do, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. So too much clutter, right? When you have a lot of things on your computer, it's too much clutter. All right, so Eric, it was in America. I don't know what's your intention. If you I would apply, if I were you, I would apply to the best schools like Melbourne University or Sydney in Australia. You're very smart. I would apply to some Ivy League schools in America, like Harvard. I would apply, and then Toronto University in Canada. I would apply to the good schools in many different English speaking nations if I were you, right? To see which one you get into and then make a decision if this is what you want to do, right? So that said, though, if you go to America, well, if you go to any of those nations, because Australia has many, they're very multicultural with Aboriginal people in Australia, right? Here, let me see if I can see you here. Right, many Aboriginal people in Australia, which were their natives, right? With us, it was Native Americans, and then, I'm white, and then my family came from Europe, and, so forth and so on. And the same with Canadians as well. So in America, it was Black History Month, which I find funny because aren't we all Americans now, right? Like, why have one Black history? I find it funny, but the Black people take it very serious. So I thought we'd do, I have several exercises for you, but I thought we would just do one together. Hold on a second. Where is this, Nadia? History of music? No, I wanted this one. Yeah, let's do this one together. Okay, so great minds, and I'll have you read this. Hold on, let me put this down below, bro. Okay, let's make this larger. Okay, Eric, yeah, go ahead, read everything here.
Yeah. Great minds, African American inventors. African American inventors have a large place in American history. They have contributed ideas and inventions to areas such as agriculture, mechanics, medicine, and electronics. Thomas Jennings, 1791 to 1859, the first African American to receive a patent. Thomas Jennings invented a way to dry clean clothes. He was awarded a patent in 1821. He was a wealthy businessman and used the money from his business and invention for anti-slavery activities.
Excellent. It's actually, we'll switch up. I'll read one, you read one, okay? So it's patent, right? So if you invent something like, here, let's see. Let me to show you, like, this is, the mosquito, Zhaijongwa, just in Cambodia, right? The mosquito repellent. So if you create this, you patent this, meaning no one else can steal your idea.
Yeah, I know it now.
Yes.
So in Chinese, it's just mean 专利.
Yes, good. You taught me a word today. Excellent. All right. So let me read Sarah Good. So Sarah E. Good, about 1855 to 1905. Again, there's many, you did great reciting that. There's many ways of saying that. As you could say 1855, whatever. There's different ways of saying, but you did good. Okay, so one of the first African-American women to receive a patent. Sarah Good invented a cabinet bed. Oh, that's kind of cool, right? The bed would fold into a desk. Interesting. When not being used to save space. Okay, Eric, go ahead and read Mr. Carver.
George Washington Carver, 1864 to 1943. George Washington Carver discovered uses for farm crops such as peanuts and sweet potatoes. He also developed new ways to improve the soil for farming.
Excellent. Okay. Frederick McKinley Jones, 1893 through 1961. Frederick Jones invented the refrigeration truck. Over his life, he received over 60 patents. He was admitted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Okay, go for Otis Boykin.
Yeah, Otis Boykin, 1920 to 1982. Otis Boykin invented over 25 electronic devices for computers, radios, and guided missiles. He is best known for inventing a control unit for an artificial heart.
Excellent, Travis. Okay, Charles R. Drew, MD. Do you know what MD stands for, Eric?
Yeah, so I've heard of it before. But I don't know the whole name of it.
M is medical, and just your Ishong, so medical
Yeah.
doctor. So Charles R. Drew, MD, medical doctor, 1904 through 1950. So he lived a pretty short life. He died relatively young. Dr. Drew improved the ways of donating and storing blood, and also developed methods for safe collection in blood banks during World War II. Okay, so what do you remember? What we read? Who was it? Who was the first African American inventor, Eric, to get a patent? Do you remember?
So I really don't remember his
No,
name.
that's all right. That's all right. So let's see. I think it was Thomas Jennings, right? So he was the first one. Okay, who improved blood storage and donation methods?
So it's just Charles R. Drew, medicine doctor.
Yes, you could just call him Dr. Drew, right? Okay, and who discovered uses for peanuts and sweet potatoes?
So it's, yeah, George Washington Carver.
Yes, he's probably one of the more famous African Americans or Black Americans. Okay. Ooh, this is tough. It took me a while. So find the secret word. Okay. So fill in the blanks to make complete words and use the code sentence to find the sentence words. Okay. What do you think this means? This is pretty difficult. I got it. We'll see how long it takes you to get it. I'll give you a hint. The first
Yeah,
number 6 is N. So many.
yeah, many people have bright ideas.
Ah, Eric, you're too henchoming. Very good. All right. So then what would this be? Do you have a piece of paper or could you do it in your head? So if this is N, right, and this is O, what was this? What does this spell? What is the secret word? Let's see if I need to write it out. My brain, I'm not as smart as you, Eric. I
So I
need,
think it's inventor,
is
yeah,
it?
so inventor, I think.
Inventor, very good, man. Eric, you're good. All right, brother. Did you write that out or did you use your
No, I
head for that?
haven't. I just think it's in my mind.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's good. All right, man. I'll send this to you after our session here too. All right, let's pick another. I would like you to read as much as you can in the book and then tell me, like next Thursday or Friday before our session. Let me see. There you go. Before our session, where you're at with the book so then I can prepare, for our session. But I'll give you some more of these. This one's pretty cool about Black History Month. So if you'd like to do this on your own, it also teaches you, some more words. So I'll send you this too after our session. But let's go ahead and pick a IELTS topic, another writing topic for you, okay? So I love IELTS Liz. This is my go-to for all my classes. So how's everything else? How's your mother and father? They're doing okay?
Yes, they're
Yeah,
doing
good.
really good, I see.
Good. Okay. Let's do writing. I guess we'll do writing task 1. Yeah, sure. Charts for practice, letters. What would you like to do? Another chart or a letter? What do you feel like doing for this week?
So I think I would prefer letters.
A letters, okay. Okay, that one you did already. A reference letter, yes, that's something you're going to ask from your teachers, right? So say you want 有一天你的一个就是报上, right? You want to get your PhD or something, you need a reference letter from
Yeah.
your teachers, okay? So let me cut this out. So this is the assignment asking for a letter of reference. So you are applying for a job and need a letter of reference. So they want you to write or type to a former teacher, right? So in your letter, give details of the job, explain why it is important to you, suggest what information your teacher could put in the reference. And now again, what is it? How many words? I want to make sure you get that. Else, writing 1. How many words? I don't know, words and time to do it, right? Yes, so All right, so the minimum word limit for task one, minimum, okay, is 150 words. And you should spend about, right? So I'm just going to copy this for you, okay? So, Mr. Kong, next week, please read as much of the book as you can. Time provided. Time provided means I know you're busy with school, right, brother? So as much as you can read. However, please follow IELTS task, writing task 1. Instructions on the following essay. And okay, so here it is. Let me paste it. All right. Wherein, comma, the minimum word limit for task 1 is 150, and you need to spend about 20 minutes on this part of the test, okay? And then I'll send it to you. Hold on, Eric. Let me cut and paste. All right. How's the food at school? Pretty good?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
It's a lot of food.
Good. Do you like hamburgers and all the Western garbage food? Do you? Eric, do you like to eat like hamburgers and pizza and
Yeah, so
yeah?
I like of course,
Yeah.
particularly I like eating hamburgers,
Yeah.
but our school don't provide this to us.
Yeah, no, I understand. I find it so fattening. That's why Americans, especially, we're so fat because we eat so much hamburgers and pizza. So I like eating. I eat everything. I love Asian food. I love Indian food. Indigua food is very delicious too. All right, let me send this on to you. Letter of reference. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Where was it, Eric? Yes. Okay. Letter of instruction. Okay. And as we talked, I'll send it to you later. That's all right.
Yeah, so I think it's the first one.
Which one?
So I think you sent the last essay that we need to write. So it's a
Oh,
long.
I did. Letter of instruction.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother. God, I'm losing. Man, you're too smart, Eric. Really, you're too smart. All right, hold on. So I want to delete that. Good job, Eric. I know that's so funny. I used to once in a while I used to correct my instructors. They would get annoyed when I did that, but I like it. It shows that you're smarter than I am right now. All right, hold on a second. So let's do utilities. All right, there you go. All right, John, come on, man. All right. All this is new. I'm still getting used to my new computer and new platform here. Oh, we can shrink that. We don't need that. Shrink that to make it bigger for you. Okay, good. Wait, okay, minimize that. All right, where was it, man? Let me drop that down. I don't want this one anymore. That was it. Did it go in the trash? I don't know. Hold on. There you go. All right. There you go. All right, my friend. Yeah, have another good week at school. Hold on a second. Was that it? That's it, Eric, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, excellent. All right, yeah, just remember, I always tell my IELTS students, practice to the test. So try to, when you're at school, if you're going to do it at school, set a timer on your phone. Don't look at it, or maybe look at it, right? It's 20 minutes briefly. I don't know if IELTS allows you to take a look at the minute count or not. I think maybe they do.
Yeah.
But try to do it. And for the IELTS essays, don't rework them, right? Don't review
Yeah.
them. Do it one time because you're not going to have another time on the test. Okay, you understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fabulous. All right, man. Have a good week at school. I'm going to send you some more the Black History stuff after if you want to do those for fun. Okay. All right. All right, Eric. All right. Bye-bye. Say Jen, Eric. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.